don't bluff.
And that's huge. Loyalty is huge. And we want to win together. We felt like we built something here and have seen it grow from the ground up. There's no better group of guys than the group of guys I've had the opportunity to play with over 8 years here. So, or 9 years, guys.
You're old.
That's my 10th season. God, my goodness. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, my whole career has been fantastic with these guys.
We've heard a lot about this new Marc Gasol who's coming back, looking better than ever. Obviously, that's your guy. What have you seen from him, and kind of how much are you looking forward to get back on the court?
Marc looks great. He's very excited to get back to playing the game he loves so much, and I think he's done very well at staying true to his regimen, his rehab process, and not doing too much and going to back off. He's looked fantastic in September, so we're ready for training camp. We're ready to get this thing going.
Coach Fizdale said that he's going to have to be careful with everybody, whether it's you or Marc or anybody that's kind of dealing with a nagging injury. You guys both have a tough time with that, you and Marc, right? How do you kind of juggle that moving forward?
Well, we're learning as we get older that it's important to keep your body healthy. It's important to listen to other people and their advice. So we trust Coach, we trust our training staff and our organization. And we'll do whatever it takes to win. If they tell us to sit down, to rest, then we'll do it.
You, Mike, ever since you've been here, this community has been important to you. Obviously, after you signed your contract, what happened on the bridge earlier this summer, you spoke out, gave money to you. Carmelo Anthony spoke today about these anthem protests, and he says that he expects something to happen in the NBA. What's going to happen? What are your thoughts on the movement, if you will, about what's going on social issues?
Well, it's powerful right now. I think what's going on in our world today, and that as athletes and people who have a voice and on the platform that we are, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. You expect guys to follow suit. You expect guys to protest, whether it's during the national anthem or in other ways, peacefully. They have the right to do that. So we expect it.
You planning something? Have you thought about it yet?
For myself, I have not thought about it. I'm just focused on the season at hand, and I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure it'll happen because everybody has their opinion.
Mike, what's something you've learned that you didn't expect in being a parent, in parenthood?
Something I've learned that obviously you don't get a lot of sleep. I think the biggest thing is that you can, they're fragile, but you can move them around, throw them around, do all this other stuff. I was afraid to touch them at first and afraid to drop them and stuff, but now you'll see me like holding them with one arm and doing all this other stuff at the same time, multitasking. Oh yeah, it puts a lot of strain on your back, lower back a little bit, so yeah, hip, all that, so it's fun.
How do you expect that off the court life development, this major life development, how does it change your approach to the game, if at all? I mean, for some guys it grounds them more.
Yeah, it gave me a new purpose in the sense that it brings me down to the meat and potatoes of life, just understanding what's important, what's really important in life. And every time I go out and step on the court, that's who I think about. It's my family and my son. He's a miracle in my eyes, just every time I look at him. So I go out there and do whatever I have to make sure that he has a life that I want him to live.
You've always been a guy that wants to get involved in the offense, defense too. You want to help with discussions, all that. So I know Coach Fizdale kind of tell. What have you guys been discussing about your role? Is there a change? Is there anything that he expects from you that is different?
We've talked a lot. We've had meetings. We had a meeting 2 days ago. And mostly we talk about what we're going to do with our offense, what we're going to do defensively, how my role is going to change, how I'm going to, what he expects from me as far as me pushing the tempo, me having more, freedom in the open court and things like that. So, opportunities I haven't had before, which all sound good. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing it happen. So, we're all excited about it, and Coach has a great vision.
Do you feel like with the contract you signed, there's extra importance on you, or that you have to somehow change the way you play, be more scoring, threat, things like that? Does that come into play?
Well, I think there's a difference between like changing the way I play. I don't think I'll change the way I play. I think I'll be more assertive and just be more aggressive, and knowing I have more opportunities, and more responsibilities allows me to do that a little bit more. So I won't, you won't see me trying to go behind the back a trillion times and all these step back deep threes. That's just not how I play. I play a different game. So I'll play the way I play and continue to be a force on both ends and try to continue to get better.
Mike, there's been so much focus on you and Mark coming back from the injuries, but talk about Zach and Tony for a little bit. I hear Zach has actually brought some weight. How do they look, and how important are those two?
Well, Zach and Tony look great. Tony has come back in shape. Zebo looks phenomenal. I just got done running with him a little bit earlier before the media day, and up there doing extra sprints. So he's up there, really focused, locked in, and our whole team really is in great shape, and it's an exciting thing because coming into training camp, I think the last few seasons we've kind of had guys banged up and not had the opportunity to really get into great shape, and you see the conditioning and the work that guys have put in, especially Zebo and Tony, and I expect a good year from them.
Is there a new energy with a new coach, especially because you guys have been anybody would have to fight against some element of getting stale, you know what I mean? Does Fizdale help with that?
He's a spark, he's a spark, something new. Going into training camp now, we're all kind of nervous. We don't know what to expect, being a new coach and new philosophy. But just through the last 3 weeks, being back here, we've seen him hold guys accountable and be in the gym with us every day and making us run extra and doing all these things that really have won over a lot of guys. With his impressions he's put on a lot of guys.
I remember 3 years ago, it was Dave's first year, we talked about tempo maybe picking up the last year, same kind of thing, and it didn't seem to take. First month, really rough. And is there a reason why that was and why it changed this year? Is there something different on the approach in terms of those?
I think, I'm not sure what Fizz, as far as his schemes and things like that offensively will be that much different than what the coach, the Jaegers was before. But I know that the culture he brings from Miami and Pat Riley and that whole group is a lot different. It's a lot different than what we're used to, and the way that they hold everybody accountable to the standard that they've played at for so many years and the championships that they've won in Miami. I think he's brought that same mentality over here to Memphis, and when you got that, you got guys who have no choice but to jump on board and go with what we're going with. So it'll be fun to see that come to fruition.
It's fair to say he's not a typical first-time head coach.
No, he's not a typical first-time head coach. If you sit down and talk to him, it seems like he's been there, done that.
The challenges in the West, though, you guys come back feeling healthy, new coach, but you look at the West, the competition seems to just keep getting tougher.
Yeah, we expected that. The competition's always going to be tough, especially in the West. As good as we've gotten over the summer with all the new acquisitions and the draft that we had, which I thought we had a great draft, we're still, we're right in the hunt. Those teams got better, we got better. Now it's just about going out there and executing our plans, achieving our goals, and going out there and working for it.
How's it going to work when Coach Fizdale goes up to Mark and says, "You're not playing tonight. This is part of our plan to prescribe for that"?
Yeah. If you asked me that 6 months ago or something, I would have been like, it wouldn't have went well. But I think, like I said, with the way that coach has come in and has won over a bunch of guys, just with the way he's held everybody accountable, everybody's wearing the same shirts, same colored outfits. There's nothing different. Nobody's bigger than one person. So when you have that mentality, guys like Mark and myself, when you tell us stuff that we don't like or we don't want to sit down or we want to keep playing, you're going to listen because you know that he has, a vision for this team to win a championship, and we'll do whatever it takes.
The same thing with Chandler. It sounds like Chandler, this is second surgery for him. And he talked about everything felt great the first time and played well, and then yet it happened again. So, I mean, everybody's cool with the idea that take it slow with him. If he's not ready opening day, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Right, we're all comfortable with it, and like we said, we trust our staff. We've hired a lot of people in the training staff, and the coaching staff is great. So we're going to monitor guys as much as needed, and we know Chandler's going to be a big part of our team going forward, regardless of when he's ready to go.
It feels like the expectations like the expectations for this team are high, and yet there's this huge caveat: injuries, whether it's his foot or his knee, or not that your foot a little bit.
Right.
Is it just all about health? I mean, they can't be reduced to all of that, but it certainly is a huge question.
It is huge. I mean, you can't put it past that. We've had injuries, and we know that. We've had guys banged up over the years, but that's why we've invested so much time in our bodies, and the Grizzlies have invested so much time into more trainers, more PTs, and therapists to help usher us through, get through this transition where, guys are having to fight through things. So,
can you tell when you walk around the room? It's different. It's a different level of care and attention to your body.
It's a lot different. It feels like you have every resource you need. Whether it's a massage therapist at whatever time during the afternoon or night, they're going to be there to come to your house and make sure that you get your body worked on. So, I mean, it's just having so many different options that we might not have had previously.
So massage house calls, really?
Massage house. We're going to have our own physical therapist, massage therapist for our team that travels with us and everything. So it's pretty cool.
What are the biggest things in your head that make Memphis your city and make the Grizzlies your team? Like when it's time to make that decision to stay, what was it that gave you the confidence to just commit and say, this is my city, this is my team?
Well, when it was time to make the decision, it was a lot easier. When I look across the table, there was no better place to be than to be right next to these guys, and especially the city. I feel like the city has really opened up to me, even through some tough years early on in my career. So, I love it here, I love everybody here, and wanted to stay and win a championship here.
What do you think about Tubby being over at the university? I mean, there's a chance for them to everything you're talking about, it's all new, fresh for them to.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. I got to talk to Tubby the other day, saw him walk through here with some of the coaches, and he's excited. You can just feel the energy that he's bringing, and it's good to change things every now and then. It's good to have a new voice in there, so it'll be exciting for them. I'm excited for them, and hopefully they have a good year.
After you made the decision to say you signed the contract and you make the nice donation to the Grizzlies Academy, what's so important about the Grizzlies Academy in the community that it's something that you support?
Well, I just feel like it's my duty, being in the position that I'm in, with the platform that I have, to be able to help in any way I can. And I think the Grizzlies Foundation and what they do, throughout the city, throughout the community, and trying to, achieve a goal that, where everybody is treated equally, everybody has the same opportunities, and, all these things that I really want to see happen in this world. I feel very comfortable that they're doing that. So I'm going to try to help as much as I can and be a part of it as much as I can, and that was just one step.
Easy, Tiger, and Bears, oh my Grizzlies. Tell them get with me, ain't no bluffing in my city. We don't bluff.